I made it just in the nick of time. This is the first mini-sode. It's a holiday mini-sode, and I'm talking about, I'm itching to talk about this, shopping. You might have already done all of your holiday shopping, but there's probably some of you that haven't, or you've got last minute things you need to pick up. All right. I'm talking about shopping. I'm talking about gifting, but I'm also talking about waste and recycling. How are we going to tie this all together? Bear with me. Let's begin. Why do I even want to talk about this? Well, this time of year creates a tremendous amount of waste, okay? Not just because you may be getting gifts for people that they don't want, but also like the wrapping paper and the stuff that people get that's wrapped in stuff. And you can see what I'm saying, right? There's just a lot of consumption going on, and that creates a lot of waste. And why is that important? Well, how you spend your money and your resources and towards what makes a difference. And where you spend it and with whom makes a difference, because our choices have a rippling our choices have a ripple effect in the world around us and beyond. So there's no evading of it. Okay. And whatever I'm talking about here is not just about the holiday season. It's a frame of mind on how we shop. Okay. And it's important. Right. I did an episode last year on waste, and I gave a bunch of statistics. Go back and check it out. You'll see it on VL Speaks. We're going to talk about what's going on now. So let's get into it. Let's get started. Some questions to ask yourself before you make a purchase, especially if it's an impulse buy. Stop. Stop yourself. You might want to write this down. You know how I am about writing things down. What are you buying and why are you buying it? Okay? What are you buying and why are you buying it? Those two questions alone may stop you from making the purchase, because you may realize, don't need this. Now, if you're buying a gift for someone else, please be sure that you are buying them something that they want and that they can use and that it's going to last, and that if they don't want it, they're not going to chuck it. It's actually something that they can re-gift to someone else, or at the very worst, give to Goodwill. Moving forward, what are you buying? Why are you buying it? The next is, will it last? Okay. And is it going to be in your closet for a considerable amount of time with a tag on it, and you may never use it? Ask yourself that question. Okay. That comes in with the why, actually, because if you have an event, you know why you're doing it. But will you use it again? And again, will you regift it to someone, or will you just leave it in there for God knows how much time? Okay. The next question is, what is it made of? The sourcing of products is very, very important, I think. The ingredients or the material, what is it made of and where was it made and who is profiting from you buying this? These are important questions to ask yourself before you make any purchases. Okay? Moving forward, if you're not going to use it anymore, I'm hoping that this is recyclable, because recycling terms change all the time, depending on where you live and what town you live. So just keep that in mind. You can see where I'm going with this, right? You may have even saved yourself some money by asking yourself these questions. And for me, this kind of questioning was a game changer for me years ago, because it changed the way that I shopped with everything, with clothes, with food, skincare, hair care, outer gear. Everything changed for me. Where I buy food, where I shop online, where I get my eggs. You see where I'm going with this? Yes, I know you're like, this is so much stuff to think about. It is, but we can all do better. And really, we don't have a choice. We have to. We have to start thinking about these things, because it makes a difference. And also, you want to make sure that you're giving to the people that are around you. You're supporting the businesses that are around you. That's their own ecosystem. Okay. And you want to support it. You don't want to walk around and go, oh, that storefront is gone. That storefront is gone. Oh, maybe I should have got candles there, from that person or whatever, yarn or jewelry or food, whatever it is. Keep it in mind or supporting a local restaurant. Keep those things in mind. I also think it's important that before you shop, you go through your home and see what you're not using. What can you give to Goodwill? What can you regift? You know, I also have friends, a couple of girlfriends, where we exchange gifts, things that we've owned, pre-owned gifts, which I love it because it's from them and I keep it forever, like this bracelet, this big chunky one. One of my best friends gave this to me. I get so many compliments on it and I've had it for decades, decades. So think about that. I can tell you the things that have been given to me from my friends that once belonged to them, I keep them until like they're shot, like there's nothing left in them, right? Using it to the good to the very last drop, whatever it may be, even if it's tattered piece of clothing. Okay. Going to consignment shops, going to vintage shops. I don't know about you, but I love going in there because I know I'm always going to find something for me and one of my friends and my sister, for sure. There are gifts galore when you go into a vintage shop or a consignment shop, especially if you go to a hoity-toity neighborhood. Keep that in mind. Hoity-toity. Alrighty. Moving forward, what can you do aside from buying things during the holidays and for a special occasion? Share experiences. Okay. You can go to an art gallery, a local art gallery. You can go to a play. You can go to a concert. There's tons of pageantry this time of year. Plays being put on all the time at schools. I know you may not want to do that, but it could be fun. Or it can be outdoor activities like ice skating or sledding or some kind of sports. And if you want to get extravagant, you can save everything up and go on trips together and do things together. These are things that you can do aside from accumulating things. Share experiences, especially with children, because they will remember it. I mean, giving them books is great, but things, I mean, they usually get bored of things anyway. So might as well share experiences with them that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. And so will you as an adult, if you are an adult ish. You can also give to causes. Okay. If you're not the kind of person that really believes in this, well, start. Okay. Start giving to causes. There are plenty of them. Okay. We gotta save the oceans. We gotta save the whales. We gotta save extinct animals. You can definitely contribute to causes where you live. I'm sure there are places to give to and volunteer your time to as well. Okay. Or maybe even your expertise. You can volunteer your expertise to an organization that needs it. There's lots of things that you can do aside from amassing things that you don't even necessarily want or need for that matter. It's amazing how much you don't need, really, when you really, really think about the important things. So remember, this can be applied all year round, not just the holiday season. We need to get a handle on the waste management situation here. And also think about being kind to yourself and to others. It's not just about this season, although it's supposed to be more prevalent this time of year, but charity and goodwill and compassion and taking care of yourself and being kind to yourself and to one another and having healthy boundaries. These are things that are applicable all year round, not just this time of year. But we are coming up to the new year, so you might as well start ramping up on new habits for the new year. The Great Reset. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope that you got something out of this. And of course, please let everyone else know, like stuff that you do, right? That's different from the norm for the holiday season or for gifting or for sharing time. Please share your ideas, be respectful in your responses, and I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season and you take really good care of yourself. See you soon. Thanks for stopping into this week's. Ciao.